back to the Headbangers Ball. We're coming to you from Los Angeles. We're at the RIP Party, the 7th annual event of RIP magazine, one of America's top publications. Just before the break there, we brought you Pantera's first European TV interview for Far Beyond Driven. And right now, I'm very pleased to welcome Prong to Headbangers Ball, their first TV interview in Europe for their new album Cleansing. And I'm joined by Tommy and new bassist Raven. So you've been out on the road with White Zombie and The Obsessed. New lineup, how's that been? How did that go for you?
Awesome. We're having an amazing time, and at first I was frightened to death about the whole thing, but it seemed to be working out pretty cool.
So you've gone through all that male bonding and being on the bus and getting used to each other?
Yes, we've seen each other naked, that's true. But this guy's, been around, and I think Ted and myself, we were have a lot of life experience, and so does he. So, it's not like we're babysitting anybody anymore, so it's cool.
Good. Well, we'll talk a little bit about Raven in just a moment, but if I could backtrack a little bit, why did Troy Gregory leave the band?
We don't want to talk about him.
No.
Okay, well...
All right, yeah. He was just like a brat, and we were on his case all the time, and he started getting really paranoid about it because we're a bunch of mean guys, and we started abusing him severely. So, there's always a whipping boy somewhere in the operation.
Okay,
he couldn't put up with it.
Okay, well, we'll introduce Raven here because, of course, from Killing Joke and Murder Inc. And in fact, Raven, you actually first hooked up with Prong when you remixed some tracks on Whose Fist Is It Anyway? So when you heard that there was a bassist job going, was that a natural choice for you?
Yeah, that's right.
What did you like so much about the band?
I like that it's a real band, that it's not, it's an organic thing, That's what I like about it the most.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about the new record. Now that you've got the keyboards, you've got Raven in the band, does it almost feel like a new band to you as one of the founder members?
Oh yeah, and that's what we wanted because we was getting really tired, I thought, down the line, and it's good to rejuvenate yourself and your audiences, and we're not afraid to do that, and we won't be in the future as well. I think it's pointless to keep reiterating the same thing, and this is really cool. It's a lot more fun than what it was before.
Good. Well, that's very important, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, well, we're going into the first video from Cleansing, which you saw a couple of weeks ago on Headbangers Ball, Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck. And actually, Tommy, in my opinion, being a bit of a connoisseur of Prong videos, this is your best video to date, for sure. And I felt that you actually put on almost like an acting performance, like you put yourself into the character of a really nasty person. Was that something a little bit different for you?
No, actually, this is the first time, and I'm glad. I appreciate the compliment. It's the first time we really had a hands-on experience with all the things involving the record, including the video. And I did the treatment for the video, and it came from, the lyrics and how I felt, and I really wanted to get that across, where a lot of directors apply something that has absolutely nothing to do with the song nor the lyrical content, and they just try to make up their own fantasy about it. But this is really hands-on for what we wanted to do.
Right, and it turned out exactly how you wanted.
Pretty much. I mean, of course, when you do collaborate with others, it goes into different areas here and there, but at least we were in on it,
Good. Okay. Well, let's see what Tommy is talking about. We will talk to these guys a little bit more after the next couple of videos, but here is the first video from Cleansing. As I said, Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck. Love that title. Of Prong, and we're talking about their new album Cleansing, which has been out in Europe for a few weeks now. And Raven, you brought in with you your colleague from Murder Inc., JB, on keyboards. And when you hear keyboards, you think, oh my god. But in fact, in this case, you've done something rather interesting with them. How did you integrate them? How did you bring them into the music?
I never heard anything like what he does before. That's all. It's not like it's just a row. It's totally scary stuff. It's added a different textures and some different atmospheres to where we're going with Prong, and he's my buddy. And it was good. I think it's been good to balance out between where me and Ted have got really tight, and he plays a lot of percussive stuff, and also we run a lot of secondary guitar samples and different stuff like that, and so it's getting a third arm, kind of.
Definitely. I mean, Prong has never really fitted into any particular category, has it, Tommy? So I was wondering, what bands that are around at the moment do you feel an affinity with, that you can relate to with what you're doing, with what they're doing?
That's a good question, but I have to go again and say that we never really fit into a genre. We always try to move away from it from the very beginning. There's a couple of groups out there that we do have somewhat of an affinity for, but I wouldn't want to put us in the same category. Like a Troponin Pal is one of our favorite bands, and we're really into Pitch Shifter. And on the other hand, there's a lot of other stuff of different styles of music that we like as well. I mean, there's Murder Inc. and Course of Empire that we may have an affinity to. So we still have to. I have to tell you, we scatter around a bit.
Well, all those bands you mentioned have got a very underground feel. Do you think you've managed to retain that with Prong? I think you have.
Not purposely, just to be esoteric. I like to play music that people like, and I like people to come to the show and feel like that we're making friends with them, or we're having like a group effort here. So I hate when groups try to put themselves underground purposely. I think that's kind of destroying the whole point of going on stage and playing for people.
Now, you worked with you co-produced actually with Terry Date, who is kind of the producer of the moment really at this stage of the game. He's very kind of artist orientated, isn't he? Was it? I mean, it must have been very satisfying for you to work with somebody like that, have that input, and be able to have a lot more control.
Yeah, he's definitely artist oriented, and he just applied what we was talking about in a lot of the conversations and discussions on where we wanted to go, and apply that to his engineering, and that's pretty much what his role was. The ideas, I think, came from Prong, and he just utilized his knowledge of around the studio. And he likes noise. He likes a hard record. He said, well, I'm making a Prong record and that's it. And it does sound different than any other records that he's done as well. So he's just an amazing guy.
He's not an ass-kisser to the record companies. That's the main thing.
That's exactly what Pantera said, actually. Very point.
Records and not, the company's records, or what these idiots would believe is a good record.
Good for him. We like Terry Date here. Well, we better quickly, 2 more questions for you, which we're running out of time, so I want to quickly get on. You haven't included a lyric sheet on the record on purpose. I can completely understand that you want people to make their own interpretation of the songs, but just kind of overall, I felt the lyrics were a lot more confrontational.
I don't know. I think that they're a little bit more pointed in the direction of some kind of solution, or a feeling that there's a solution. Not all of them, but some of them are like that. The whole cleansing, the concept behind the whole thing seems to tie in where it's very cautionary, and we're very wary of what we're looking at and wary of what we're indulging in, and I think that's where a lot of it's just modern day caution. And I don't know about confrontational. I guess some issues that we're very anti-complaining, and
live show is very confrontational. I would say more so.
So when can we hope to see you live in Europe? That's the last question.
Very soon. I believe starting in May, doing a couple of festivals, and I was
Germany, France, and Holland, and Britain, and Switzerland, and going to play in Russia and Prague and all over.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me on Headbangers Ball, and good luck with cleansing. And it's going down very well in Europe at the moment as we speak, so thanks very much.
Thank you.
We're going to go into another short break right now, and we're going to show you a little bit of Prong playing live here at the Rip Party in Los Angeles, and let's see some of that confrontation, and then stay tuned for more action from the party.
Gonna take all the challenge out of all of my life. Gain up to make it the ball. With one more star. Gotta show what a torment. And pull it to stare. Almost promised bullet holes. More than we can bear. This way. This way. This way. This way. some. But now I'm a man. Wasteland. 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 Political challenge at a whole of our lives. Make it unpredictable with the whitewashed lies. You see, you gotta show all the torment and all the despair. All those brothers' bullet holes are more than we can bear.
The Headbangers